Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. I am so happy you're here and I'm happy to be here with you. I just want to say thank you for making this week just insanely awesome. Seriously, my YouTube channel has just been flooded with views. Hello, crazy. And my Facebook page has just been booming. I am thrilled and I'm touched and I'm humbled and I'm so flattered. Everybody, just thank y'all. I do appreciate y'all tuning in. It does mean a whole lot to me. I got fan mail. Look at this. I got this apron from some friends in Missouri. They wanted me to wear this in one of my videos because they know that I like a pretty apron. So shout out to Chad and Autumn in Missouri. Thank you so much. I love it. And you'll probably be seeing it a lot, y'all, because it's got rabbits on it. I like it. Anyway, today we are doing one of the kings of comfort food. I'm going to show you how I make meatloaf. Now, it's subjective. Everybody has a way to make meatloaf. My mama has a way to make it, and I love it. But I've tweaked things a little bit to where my meatloaf will stand up. So you can cut it the next day so you can put it on a sandwich. Mama made meatloaf kind of in a casserole dish. You could spoon it out. And there's nothing wrong with that. I grew up on it. But, you know, to each his own, I say. I have got most things set out. Meatloaf is not hard to do. Meatloaf is... well, it's just a base of a ground meat with some spices thrown in. And you bake that sucker and ta-da! It turns into something wonderful. So please don't think that it's daunting. And if you already have a favorite meatloaf recipe, well, you know, you're still welcome to watch. But I know there are some folks out there who have no clue how to even attempt a meatloaf. And that's why I'm here. So let's get started. I have bought ground beef. Now this ground beef, this is about 1.5 pounds, maybe going on 2 pounds of lean. That means it's 85% lean and 15% fat. You want a little bit of fat in your ground beef because if you use like ground sirloin or something like that, it's going to be a little tough. It's not going to be what you want in your meatloaf. So this is just lean ground beef, and to that I'm adding another ground product, but this one's pork. This is simply ground pork. Now the package said that it was lean, 85% for 15. It looks, there seems to be a lot of fat in here, but that's okay because what do I say? Fat is flavor! Anyway, so it all goes in the pot. Now, because I don't like to get my hands squishy and because you can't mix this with a fork or a spoon or a spatula, you got to get down in there and start mixing. I have got a trusty little glove here that I'm going to use, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. I'm going to wait till I get everybody in the bowl, and then I'll go to mixing. So, let me put this to the side so it's out of the way. This is some minced onion. It is a finely minced onion, and I'd say I probably got a cup here. If you don't like onion, you can use onion powder. But I like the crunch of an onion, and this is a yellow onion. This is not a sweet onion like a Vidalia. This is just a regular old, I guess it might be just a yellow onion. I know they've got all kinds. There's red onions, there's Spanish onions, there's white ones. This one was just a yellow one. So he's going straight in. He's minced up pretty good. Now listen, I have a problem with a particular vegetable. You'll never see it in my house. I guarantee you that. A green bell pepper. I hate them. I cannot find anything about them that I like. Now Brad loves red bell pepper, and he likes the orange and the yellow. And I'm okay with that. He does not like green pepper either. Praise the Lord. So we agree on that. there shall be no green peppers passing over the threshold of my door because I just think they're gross. I can't stand them. Anyway, but if you like them, feel free to chop up a bell pepper and throw it in here with your onions. You're gonna mess it up though. Anyway, so I've got my onions and I've got my meat. Now, you have to have a binder. Some people don't like a lot of stuff in their meatloaf, while other people love a lot of stuff in the meatloaf. Like my friend's grandma, she used to just go through the refrigerator, pulling out all kinds of stuff, any kind of leftover, and she'd just throw it in the pan and she'd just make meatloaf. Now, I'm not that adventurous. It never did look that tasty, but I mean, you could live on it. I use saltine crackers. I have used regular oatmeal, dry oatmeal, not cooked oatmeal, but I've used just dry oatmeal, sprinkle it in. But I have decided that I like to use crackers. Saltine crackers are my go-to. Now look, I want you to do what I do here. I've got a whole sleeve of crackers, and I'm opening up the end, and I'm taking me a big old Ziploc bag, and I'm opening it up. We're gonna pour them in, boom. I don't want you to spend a lot of time on this because it's not necessary. We're gonna crush them. I'm using my little rolling pin. Boom, we're just gonna hit them a little bit, just to get them a little bit crunched up. We just want pieces, and I know that's loud, I'm sorry, but it's necessary. You might have to pick it up and squash them a little bit, but they don't have to be uniform pieces, and they don't all have to be tiny either. You can have some big ones if you want to. So, that is one whole sleeve, and it is going straight in on top of my meat and my onions. Yay! Okay, I love a rolling pin, they're so handy. Okay, now, we need to put some taste in, because otherwise it's just going to taste like a big fat hamburger patty, and well, we don't want that. So here's my spatula. I put about a 1/4 cup of ketchup straight in. Now if you want to use like tomato paste or a can of tomatoes or whatever, I mean, that's your business, you're welcome to it, but I don't. I just use ketchup. And then I've got about a tablespoon of yellow mustard. Boom, straight in there. And then I'm going to go in with some seasoning. So get my trusty teaspoon. Where are you? There you are. I'm going to go with a full teaspoon of salt, because you really need it. Boom, straight in. And black pepper, because, I mean, the world revolves around pepper. It used to, anyway, way back. But I like pepper, so we're going to use it. Let me show you something. You could use this. I saw this at the grocery store and I bought it just because I wanted to read it and feel of it. But this is Meatloaf seasoning mix. Now, I won't think poorly of you if you decide to use this, because it's probably delicious. I haven't done it. I haven't tried it. It's got things on the back that I'm not putting in mine. This has got some yeast extract and some disodium inosonate. I don't even know where to find that on the shelf. Anyway, I'm not going to use it because I'm just doing it this way. This is my way, so we're going to go this way. I need some milk because it's going to help make well, it's just you need it. Trust me. This is a 1/2 cup. Straight up milk, straight in the pond. And now we're going in with some eggs. Look at that. Farm fresh eggs. They are. They're farm fresh. Straight from Beth Brown's house. And I have put 2 in there. I think 2 will be enough. Oh, who am I kidding? Let's go for 3. 3 eggs. Just straight in the pond. And you know me and my parsley. I love parsley. So I'm chopping up some parsley because It's lovely and we want it for some brightness. So I have got probably a big old heaping tablespoon of flat leaf Italian parsley. It's my favorite. Straight in. Now, we're gonna go for some garlic. Now, if you wanted to put garlic powder, you can, that's fine. But I like fresh garlic. I just like the way it tastes. It's the least bit a little hot. It's got a little zing. And, well, it's not hard to cook with, and I just think it makes the difference. Now, look, when you get it, if you already know about this, just go refrigerator or something. But if you're not familiar with garlic, here's a pod of garlic that has been dried. And you just reach up and you just grab a little thing off, just like that. And it's got kind of like an onion skin on it, and you've got to get rid of that before you put it in meatloaf. So let me show you. Some people pound on it with a pan or something, but I just kind of pick it up and give it a little twist, and that skin just pops right off. I'm gonna get all this onionish kind of skin off this last one, and then I'm gonna take it over here to my board. Now I'm not gonna use this fourth one because I didn't need it, and I'm gonna cut. These garlics have this little dried nub on the end. You got to cut that off because if you chew on that, it's not delicious and it's yuck. So we'll cut it off. See, look at that. Just cut it right off. And now, that one's got a little bite on it. Now, I'll take my trusty garlic press and I stick that whole clove in there and then I just start pressing. Boom. Look at that. I love my garlic press. Do it again. Except the garlic cloves are so fat now, they need to make this little bucket a little bit bigger on there to fit. But it works. So, one more squeeze. And then you take your knife and you scrape it off because you want to get it off. And your meatloaf is ready to mix. Now I'm going to use a glove because I don't like to dish around in hamburger meat and stuff. It's just, so take my glove and I just go in and I just start mixing everything together, and that ketchup and the milk and the eggs is acting as the liquid, loosening things up. So it don't take but a second to do this. Everything is good to go. So, it came together right quick. Look at that. I'm impressed. Now, I have got my pan that I'm going to use. Now, I use this bread pan because it's my favorite meatloaf pan. I like it because of the size. I like that it's long and I like that it's deep because I like to be able to turn the meatloaf out after it has baked and slice it into pieces so that you can have a meatloaf sandwich the next day. I mean, isn't that why you make meatloaf in the first place? Because it's so much better the next day. Anyway, to keep it from sticking, I have got a piece of parchment. So I put the parchment in here, and I have scored it just a little bit with a pencil so I know where to fold it. That's why it fits so perfectly. Because I'm amazing. Not. Alright, I'm going in here with my hand, and I'm just going to start putting my meatloaf in the pan. You don't have to do it all at once, just little gobs at a time will do. Press out some air, and go back for another one, spread it out. Kind of like you're making a brick. Boom. That's all that's in the pan. And look, it fits perfect. Rock on. Bam. Okay, so listen. This thing has fit perfectly. And I love that. But we're not quite done. Oh, and look. I've got clean hands. Okay, so right now, this thing's about to go in the oven. But I like to give it a little kiss with some ketchup before it goes in. So I just take my ketchup and just drizzle a little bit. Now, before it comes out of the oven, I'm probably going to drizzle a little bit more on there. But this is just kind of, well, I don't know why I do it, but I do it every time. I just put a little on there. I guess I'm a creature of habit. And that's okay, because that makes me me. That could be scary. Okay, so I've got my ketchup on. And now I have to get my insurance pan, because we have used lean beef, but we've also put that pork in, and that pork has got a lot more fat in it than the beef, although there is some in the beef, and there's nowhere for it to go. I mean, it's going to cook up and out, and we got to have somewhere for it to go, or else you're going to have a hot mess in the oven, and you don't want that, because it smokes. It's just terrible. So use a pan every time. I promise it's necessary. So I have preheated this oven to 375 degrees. It's possible to cook it faster if you want to. You could do 400, but 375 works for me. So opening up the oven, going in, and I'm gonna set my timer for probably 50 minutes to see what happens, and I'll check it, and it could be done. I don't know. We'll see. That's a big meatloaf, so it might take an hour. But I'm gonna let it go, and we'll check it, and I will see you in a minute, or 50. Okay, y'all, it is the moment of truth. The buzzer has gone off on the meatloaf, and it's ready to pull out. Now listen, I did pull it out about 10 minutes prior, and I put some more ketchup on top, because I like when the broiler hits it and it gets some little black places going on. So let me pull it out. Look at that. Holy mackerel. Talk about some black places. Those are my favorite. I love this. I love meatloaf. And it smells so heavenly. I got it up to temperature. Now listen, when you're cooking with ground meats, like pork or beef in this case, you need to get it up to 160 to make sure that it is completely done, because you don't want to be eating raw ground meats. It's just not, we don't do that. We cook it. 160 is the magic number. Now, I have to get this thing out of this pan. I'm confident I can do it, because I've got these little wings. They're going to help me. So, I've got my platter here. I'm just going to go in and cross my fingers that I can get her done. 1, 2, 3. Shut the front door. Look at that! I did it! Let me move some stuff around. And y'all, a good bit of the fat was left in the bottom of this pan, so that is a real good thing. And also, that parchment paper has soaked up a good bit of it. Now, I don't guess that you'll want to serve this on the paper, because, well, the paper's not exactly pretty, but you could pull the paper out from under it. I'm just gonna cut this sucker to see what she looks like inside. Let me get a plate here. Holy mackerel. Winner, winner, meatloaf, winner. Brad is gonna be so happy. I need a bigger knife. That'll do. Now, I'm gonna cut the end. I hope it stays together. 3 eggs, you should stay together. I should go to the casino, because this is my lucky day. Things are just working out for me, and I'm just thrilled. Holy moly. Yes, it tastes good. Finger looking good. Now look. Look at that. You can just see a few onions in there. Some parsley. Smells like heaven on earth. I'm getting a fork. I'm going in. I'm gonna give it a little try here. I should probably call Brad. No, I'll make Brad wait. Here goes. Ooh, that's a big bite. that is so good. It'll make you want to bust out in song, I guarantee. Well, listen, this is as good as it gets, I guess, when it comes to meatloaf. I'm thrilled with this. I hope that you will be thrilled with it also if you try it. The recipe is simple, straightforward. Don't spend a lot of time on it. Just throw it all together and mix it up and throw it in the pan. You can't go wrong. Listen, I appreciate y'all's time. I would greatly appreciate it if y'all would, well, you're already at YouTube, so please subscribe to my channel, and maybe you could like the video just a little bit. And I always welcome your visits over on my Facebook page, Jamie Teach Me to Cook. I look forward to seeing y'all again real soon. Now I'm gonna go eat this. Bye y'all.